Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday. I was going to say Friday. Woo! Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Monday is today. Monday chat show. I hope you had a very good weekend. Looks like Dawn is already here. Welcome, Dawn. Thanks so much for coming in. Hey, CJ, how you doing? Good to see you as well. And Bartomania is here. How you doing? Cheers to you and all. Hope everybody's doing well. I have a little update for those who have followed the saga with HIP the last couple of shows. Got some resolution sort of today. I wanted to share that with everybody. I actually updated the video that I had put up about, actually it was exactly 10 days ago when I did the video about the issue that I was having with the items coming over from eBay and being miscategorized. Hey, Connie, how you doing? Actually, Connie, news for you too, but welcome. Yeah, I got feedback just to bring everybody up to speed really quickly, just because it might affect others that are on HIP. I opened up my HIP store again on November 1st, I guess it was. So now we're just about 2 weeks in. And I requested the sync take place to bring over the postcards from eBay. And, about 2/3 of them came over okay, but about a third wound up going into when I had state of New Jersey postcards, they all went into Jersey in the UK. So it was miscategorized completely. I sent an email. I sent a second email, nothing. Waited a week, sent a follow-up on Friday, which I understand was Veterans Day, so maybe they were closed. Well, anyway, I finally got an email response this morning. I think it was like late morning, that they were going to go ahead and do a bulk edit for me, which is kind of cool, but kind of upsetting because I went in and manually changed about 200 of those listings, and they were left with about 280 or something like that remaining. No, I'm not sick. I was singing like a bird yesterday. Spent about 6 hours in a studio screaming my head off, so my voice might be a little down. Sorry. But yeah, hopefully you hear me clearly, right? I don't sound like I'm underwater, I hope. Well, anyway, everybody, so yeah, I sent that request. I did about 200 of them manually, and what I mean by did 200 manually, I went into each listing, which is what you have to do. Unfortunately, they don't have a bulk edit option right now within HIP to change categories. So I had to go in and just open up a specific listing, go out of UK, go into the state of New Jersey, and if applicable, put it. They have a selection of towns within New Jersey, like 10 of them, which is pretty good. So if it was Asbury Park, let's just say they had an Asbury Park section. If it's Atlantic City, they have an Atlantic City. And for any other city that's not referenced, they just have an other field. So I did that for well over 200 cards manually the last week or so. And now I finally get a response this morning that says that, yeah, they could do it systematically, as a bulk edit. So I appreciate it. It just finished 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I still had a couple of hangovers from that was still in the UK. I have 3 actual proper UK cards which reside in the UK category. And that's fine. But the last of the New Jersey one has been moved over, correctly. So it turns out I have about 400 and some odd listings. I'll pull the screen up so I could show everybody. 468, all now in New Jersey. Now, part 2 of this is, well, let me bring up I just want to share the email with everybody. Because again, I know Connie reached out to them. Oh no, Connie was thinking of reaching out, but she said, forget it. I don't want to go into the weeds with these people. I understand that. I know that Kelly had also sent an email. I don't know. I'm sure hopefully he'll be on shortly to let me know if he got any response today like I did. But let me just share the email that I got this morning. Yeah, 10:47. Hi, hope you're well. I'm Nicole, Associate Sales Specialist, blah, blah, blah. She was forwarded an email, which I guess was my follow-up. And basically the email just stated, please help with this. I have 400 some odd listings that are in the UK that should be in New Jersey. And then she sends me this link. It says, I can edit the listings from my end. Just wanted to confirm this is the population. And that all she did basically was regurgitate what I sent them. I took a report down and gave them a report like a week ago with here's all my items that are miscategorized. Can you please do a bulk edit? So a week later, at least, I guess better late than never, they did. I confirmed that was the right population. But then I said, let's do screen share number 2. Although I was greatly, I was appreciative that they finally responded and they could take care of it via a bulk edit. Part 2 of the problem is, let me make sure I have the second one open. I'm going to show you the follow-up email I sent back, which is HIP 2 is what I titled it, wittily. Let's take a look. Share. All right, here's part 2. If you go, this is what I wrote back. Thanks. That's the population. The bigger issue is how do we prevent this going forward? I'm listing a bunch of cards every day, which is true. I still have about 100 more New Jersey postcards to list, and my assumption is that the same thing is going to happen, and we're going to be in the same boat. I'm going to have another 100 that need to be edited, and I just said, that's the bigger issue. What do we see as far as resolution going forward? And basically, they just said they passed it on to some team to review. So I guess this is kind of what I was looking for about a week ago, just some sort of generic. We've received your inquiry. We'll look at it. I've opened a quote unquote ticket, like they all say. So the good news is, yes. And this is the last screen share because the last week when we did screen shares, it caused havoc within StreamYard. So this will be the last screen share. I did want to show you this. And this would be the current situation, the current state of my New Jersey section of my HIP postcard store or shop or whatever you call it. And you can see now it says 468 found in New Jersey. So they did move them all over. And this is what I was saying. On the left side, you can see this is the different towns within this state that they provide details on, which is kind of cool. There you go. And if you go, I'll show you what it looks like on the main screen. If we get out of US and we go to UK, which is where you can see over here where it says categories is the different countries I have cards in. Well, the I have some ephemera. So if I go to Europe, United Kingdom, 3. And for the last 10 days, this has said 400, 300. As I went in and manually updated, it would obviously reduce this population. Now we're down to 3, but it's actually 3. Scotland, Isle of Man, and another Scottish postcard. So all is well now. But once again, the problem is, what do I do when I go to list some New Jersey postcards? So I'm glad they got back to me. I wish it was a little sooner. I wish I didn't go and mess around with 200 cards, but in a way I'm glad because at least I took care of it myself. And now I know that those 200 some odd cards were at least in the right area. So if somebody does want to pick up a New Jersey postcard, they were able to get it. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Welcome. Mark tried calling HIP. You're still on hold. Yeah, they did respond. Only took 10 days. No nap for Dawn. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Testing? Okay. Welcome aboard. Testing. Hey, Popeye. Cool. Yeah, well, I have, as documented last few days. And really, the New Jersey thing isn't the only issue. The other sync issue was there was a handful of cards. I think I described this the other day. If I had put something like old cards, let's say in the title, like, street scene old cards or something in one of the views, it would take that, it would extract that thing, cars or something, and put me in like an ephemera automobile category on HIP. So those were sort of one-offs. There was only a handful of those. The vast majority of the issues, 400 some odd issues, were New Jersey going to Jersey in the UK. So they fixed the population, which is cool. So now I'm all squared away. But again, if I go to list 100 cards tonight in New Jersey, until this ticket gets resolved, I'm assuming they're all going to do the same thing. And I'm going to have to follow up, and then it's like, what do I do? I'm going to hold off on listing New Jersey postcards now because HIP doesn't have an answer for this yet. That's not really cool either. Guten Ben, Mike, how are you? Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Oh, you were testing to see if you were visible? Yeah, you're in the chat. Welcome aboard. Thanks for joining. Thanks, Ralph. How you doing? You canceled HIP this morning? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to disparage anybody from doing it. I'm just kind of reading what's happened to me. A couple other people, we all kind of went back into HIP this last month or so, right? Most of us that went in. I know Kelly did. Connie said she's renewed because they got some deals, which is pretty cool. But great to have you, Ralph. Good for you, show-offs. Kelly got an email saying they don't know why I'm missing items and no one else has reported the issue. They're working on it, which means, yeah, they're not doing anything. Maybe in 10 days, you'll get something else. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Afternoon where? Hawaii? Everybody saying hi. Don't be right back. I sound like I'm from another country. Okay. Oh, no problem. Well, you're definitely in now, Lisa. Great to have you. Hey, Ken, how are you? You like postcards, you say. You come to the right show. Great to have you. Welcome aboard. Hey, Barbara, how are you? Good evening. Joe's in California. Okay. Where it's always afternoon. Yeah, 7 o'clock here in the east. Pitch black, freezing cold. That's why I sort of sarcastically put the middle of winter kind of scape photo for the intro to the video. You can see I put like a midwinter scene with snow and pine trees covered in snow. It's just temperature dropped like 30 some odd degrees the last 2 days. I was in a t-shirt and shorts a couple days ago, and it was like low 30s this morning. Just quite the difference. I'm from Staten Island. Ken, are you? Hey, what about, speaking of snow? Any snow out there in Winnipeg? 60 out in California. 60 is nice. You're ankle deep in snow since Thursday. My goodness. Cool. I'm working on spreadsheets. You're from Jersey. Cool. Very good. I spent a long time in New Jersey. I worked and lived there in Bridgewater, if you know where that is, in Somerset County. But yes, absolutely grew up in Staten Island. Winterpeg. Not familiar with that. Is that a Canadian joke again? 21, huh, Lisa? Chilly. Yeah, we're at 39 with a freeze warning again. I have a big old freeze warning thing popping up. It's supposed to be 34 tonight. So I guess summer's over finally. October was chilly around here, probably chillier than it should have been. And I guess we all kind of, people that live in this area figured, okay, that's it. It's time to get out the sweatshirts and the sweaters and all. And then, I don't know, right prior to that tropical storm coming up, it was like almost 80 for 2 or 3 days in a row. It was ridiculous. And then it just dropped off the table. Pneumonia weather, as my mother used to say, when you go up and down, up and down. That's all right, Dawn. Mange. Hey, Victoria, how are you? 40 in Washington. Yeah, 39. I'm only like, how far are we from Washington, honey? We're like, I think a little less than 2 hours north of Washington. 39. So we got you by a degree. Cool. Very cool. Yep. Great to have you on the show, Ken. Thanks for joining. Oh, and again, Mark, thank you very much. I did check out that video at the tail end of the show on Friday. Mark had mentioned that he did a video and he was kind enough to talk about my channel quickly, which I really appreciate. Thank you, Mark. I did watch the video. Yeah, a good portion of the country. I mean, you're not in the country, but you know what I mean. Our area, North America, was ridiculously warm for a while, but I guess it's over now. You do that, Paisan. All right, that's it with my screen sharing escapades for the evening. Just wanted to share that with everybody so you're aware. And Connie, take that with a grain of salt. If you do want to get rid of the 40s, I think you said you had like 45 that were in UK. If you want to take a minute and send an email to them, in about a week or two, they'll get back to you. But at least that's good to know that they can do that. And I reiterated the fact that wouldn't it be nice if we had that ability like we do on eBay to do a bulk edit? If there's an error like that, if we could just go in, I would absolutely prefer that. If I could just go ahead and fix it myself, I would gladly do so while they work on it, Yeah, no problem. No problem. It'll get right back to you. I know. Where are the Canadians? You guys are infiltrating. Pleasure to have you. It's a fine country, isn't it? I know. Far too much work. But I just wanted to show you kind of seriously because I know you were talking about it the other night and who knows, right? Honestly, at this point, we're in, what is it, the 14th. So I only have 16 days left until renewal, which, unless I sell a whole lot more postcards in the next 16 days, it will be a one and done. And I really want them. I've said this many times. I want them to be good. I want HIP to be a viable option. Another place to sell the postcards. But man, oh man. Yeah, that's absolutely always an option, by the way. I know that they probably have tons of templates on Excel that you can create and tweak to your liking or your needs. I do that for just an FYI for the Beetle Band. A lot of this stuff we write off mileage and travel and expenses and all that stuff. So I do it just on a spreadsheet myself. And I think I did find a template years ago that I changed the specifics as I need them. Yeah, I totally understand that, Connie. Trust me. Fully agree with you. Shouldn't have to deal with this kind of nonsense, Hey, Kim. 34 expecting rain, snow. Uh-oh. Welcome aboard. So it's time for everybody to snuggle up with a mug of hot chocolate and put on a comfy sweater or a sweatshirt or whatever you got to do. Hunker down. It's going to be a long, cold, lonely winter, baby. On a bright note, November, right? It's only 4 months till spring. Just think of how fast 4 months goes. Yeah, I know a lot of people use GoDaddy. My wife and I, and the company she used to work for that I still do IT work for, use GoDaddy for other products for the hosting of the web page and their mail and all that stuff. So I'm infinitely familiar with GoDaddy, and they're usually really good. So it's a shame they got rid of that piece of it, because I had it for free. Not no more. Are there only 4 Canadians? Could have sworn we had somebody else. Or did we meet our quota? Namen some noms. You really are from another country, Dawn. Some of the stuff you say, I'm like, what the heck does that mean? Namen some noms. Mrs. Flippett says hi, by the way, Dawn. Yeah, so there really isn't that much new in the world in the last couple of days, at least here in my world. I had a nice, John, again, thank you, invited me to the Ephemerama 3. We had that on Saturday. Great time, very quick this time. I was ill-prepared. I was over-prepared, I should say. Took too long to go through all so I only got like 9 or 10 lots up. I should have had a lot more than that, but it was still a great time. I appreciate everybody for coming in, and especially those of you who won your auctions. Everything went out today, so that was pretty cool. What else happened? Anything interesting? And then yesterday was an all band day. That's probably when my voice might sound a little I was singing like a maniac, recording videos. And then today I was editing said videos, which is going to take a couple of days. But it'll be cool when it's all done. Yeah, the doggy, he is currently upstairs monitoring the living room. He's still on edge until about maybe 8:30 or so. He calms down. He's patrolling. We have like a bay window in the living room, and he kind of hangs out there. We have blankets and all these things from on the bay window. And he looks out, and he's monitoring, because we still have like Amazon deliveries showing up and all that, and he needs to be on guard. So about 8:30, he'll usually meander his way down here and join us. Yep, beautiful doggy. Did it really? That's all right. Hope you did well with it, though. Pumped up for this coming. I put a link down below. That wasn't the Mary Martin. Was it Mary Martin? Something like that. Link that we found. This is another one I found. It was like from the York. I don't know if it was Chamber of Commerce. Something to do with York, Pennsylvania. Anyway, there's a link there. It says the the information for the postcard show coming up this Friday and Saturday. I really can't wait. I've had it marked on my calendar for what seems like forever, but it's probably been 5-6 months ever since Popeye told me about it. So I am pumped. We'll be there Friday, probably Friday and Saturday, honestly. And as somebody who, I forgot who suggested it, but whoever suggested it, I'm going to take you up on the offer. We'll probably go live, like do some sort of remote thing one of those 2 days. So please make sure if you are subscribed, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But if you have subscribed right to the channel, make sure you click that bell notification icon, because I might just jump on as I'm, patrolling the card show either Friday or Saturday. So just check that out. I'll probably be pretty spontaneous. I'll just kind of pop on and say, hey, everybody. And we'll walk around. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what's available, and just kind of chat with people and be in the environment. I'm pumped up. Really pumped up. Two months. Seems like about 6. Yeah, Ken. If yeah, it's really not that far. I mean, it's an hour and a half for me, and you're probably an hour and a half from me. It's like a 3-hour ride maybe for you, York. It's an hour and a half west of me. Valet parking. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have my chauffeur take me, so I don't worry about these petty things. Oh, 2 months since I started selling postcards. Yeah. Sorry. What did I say? I had said like it's been 5 or 6 months since John told me about that. I was pumped up. It was definitely been before 2 months ago. He was talking about that show. And then I started picking. But yeah, it's been about 2 months. You're right, though, in September when I started selling them. Yeah, that could be and petty but annoying, right? The 57-cent charges. Oh, cool. You going to a stamp show? Nice. And will there be a video forthcoming of this trip, I would imagine? 2 hours, 57 minutes. Yeah. Pretty close. What did I say? 3 hours. Right there. Figure I'd give you 3 minutes to stop for gas. But don't get it on the turnpike. Actually do. It's still cheaper than here. It's amazing what it's like. I mean, I go to Jersey constantly. I was there Sunday, and it's like a 20-cent difference per gallon in gas instantly. Drives me nuts. I don't. But the pain in the neck is you got to pump. You can't pump your own. That's really annoying. Yeah, I'm really like I need to be more revved up for this. Thanks. Cameron did a video. I don't know if he's watching it. Maybe he's lursting, but Cameron did a video. I just saw on his whatever his. I apologize. I forgot what his postcard branch of his YouTube is called, but he did a video about those hold to the light cards. I think it was this morning or yesterday. Looks really cool. Yes, you're reapproved to video at the show. Oh, very good. He gave you the okay. Yeah, no problem, Ken. Yeah, maybe we'll see you too. I know at a minimum it's me and Popeye, and who else was going to go? Somebody else was going to go. Who else was going to go? We're confirmed, I think, for 3 of us are going from the show. So we'd be honored, Ken, if you want to pop in and say hi. And I'm just going to be there like a wide-eyed kid. I really am. I'm pumped up. I'm going to be just wandering around and, like I said, trying to take it all in. Hopefully come out with some goodies and have lots of footage for new videos on the channel. Who else was coming? My goodness. Almost positive there was somebody else. In fact, I am positive. I just can't remember who it was. Jim Lloyd. Jim Lloyd is going to be there as well. Jim, I apologize if you're there. Yeah, there's Popeye. Jim. Yep. Jim Lloyd. So hopefully we'll coordinate things and we'll get together, at least say hi for a little bit and hang out. Can't wait. It's going to be chilly. Tell you that. It was good. When in doubt, you talk weather, by the way. We have nothing else to talk about. You start talking about temperatures. Friday's looking at least here, high of 45. So it'll be about the same. Low of 30. Saturday, 40 and 31. So a couple of chilly days. What better way to spend the time than probably in a boiling hot room with 10,000 postcard people? Again, I defer to people who this is gonna be my first time going, Jay Smith, so I don't know. But I'll definitely have a full report afterwards, I'll tell you that. I'll probably have a full report, not a full report, I'll have a quasi full report during the show. We'll do a little live feed thing, and I'll definitely have that following week. I plan on taking lots of footage, and I'll definitely make probably a couple of videos about the trip. Oh, really? Cool. Not familiar with the show, but that's really cool. Have you been to many shows, Kelly? In New England, I assume? Hey, Jody, how you doing? Welcome. I'm sure it's chilly in Michigan. If it's this cold here, I'm sure it's 10 below in Michigan. Welcome, Jody. Hope you're doing well. My YouTube screen is scrolling without me scrolling. That's weird. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, again, apologies if my voice sounds a little shot. It's because it is. So that would be the update for, at least my update for HIP. Let's hope I get another sale. I've had a wholesale one so far in now 14 days. So what to do? It's going to be a very simple decision. If I, didn't we talk about this a while ago? If anybody, I don't care what site it is, if you pay a monthly maintenance fee or whatever you want to call it, a monthly membership fee, and you don't sell enough to pay off the membership fee, might be time to leave that site. I mean, I'm just putting two and two together. Last year, York Show, you actually avoided the 25-cent boxes, right? With the $1 boxes. Much better quality for a little bit more. Plus, you buy enough, you get 20% off. There you go. Cool. And what's enough? Is that like a negotiation, John, that you just kind of have to talk back and forth with these guys, gals, whoever they are? Or will they say, like, if you buy X amount, you'll get a discount? Oh, my goodness, Jody. I feel for you. No, just sore throat from singing. Smart. Oh, you mean John's advice, I would assume, right? You've attended the same show 8 to 10 times. Wow. Cool. But first show, first 10 minutes, what did you do? You just went to the first dealer you saw and spent time there? Pulled up a chair? Hey, now we got Jim next. How you doing, Jim? Yeah, definitely better late than never. Great to have you. Thanks for coming on. Hello, Jim. Told me there would be a deal there with $5. Wow. Yeah, exactly. Just like very similar to people that do estate sales, they go in and often take the stuff they want for themselves before they even open the door. Yep, it's good to be the king. Yeah, you had mentioned, right? It's all eBay. Did you get everything off of Etsy officially now? Oh, you just asked. Okay, cool. Which is good business on his part too, right? You're gonna hand a guy $600. Yeah, I got the half green screen tonight. Instead of always being so close up. It's funny. I mean, I spent a lot of money on this green screen. It's beautiful, but the width, I guess just the positioning of where I am in this room, it's like you have to get really close to get, you can see right here, right? To get this all covered, you have to zoom in really close. So like, there's nothing wrong with my regular setup. It's like, here's my Epson, everybody. Here's the ES400. See? At least the edge of it. And here's the cool scanner. Barcode scanner, I should say. Here's my record player. Here's the featured album of the day. And here's all my records. You were overwhelmed and didn't spend any money, but now you do a lap around the room, then you go back and figure out which ones you want to pick. The cool. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be an element of that overwhelmingness. I'm hoping that my excitement will carry me through. Like I'm intending, at least as we sit here 5 days out or whatever it is, 4 days out. My intention is to be there like the whole time and just absorb it and take it in and try to see, try to go through as many postcards as I can do in that 8 hour period, whatever it is. Just again for myself to try to get familiar with stuff and hopefully, have some good conversations and hang out a little bit. And again, as John said, bring cash. Oh yeah, you're still doing that, Kelly, with the what you paid for it? You let them all expire. 550 to go. Okay, you're getting there. John goes around and talks to the dealers, but this year you probably beeline to that one dealer he spent the country with. I didn't get to him until 2 hours into the show. Who knows what I missed? Yeah, that's very true. No, I know that. I know. But for somebody like me who's, again, 2 months in, I've never been to anything like this. The biggest lots I've had was your tub on one of your whatnots a week or two ago is the most cards I've seen so far in my life. So that just to give you some perspective. Oh, I'm doing the second day. I'm just driving back. It's only an hour and a half. It's not that far from me. I fully intend to be there both days. Yeah, oh, I know it's going to be cool. Well, that's why I'm saying I mean, you're definitely going to see. I don't know if you see my face. You're going to see the video. I'm going to have lots of video, no doubt about it. Just for myself, even just for myself, not necessarily all for YouTube. Just for myself, I want to check it out. And yeah, I'm sure it'll be amazing. Have you ever been to one though, Dawn? I don't know if I ever asked you that. There he is. Hey, Cameron, how you doing? I was talking about your show. Was it yesterday or a video? Excuse me, yesterday or the day before, where you had shown those. What are they called? The light through cards. What are they called? Hold to light cards. Man, what I might do on Friday is do a video. I'm trying to think of how to do this effectively. I might like do not a tease, but like a video that says, hi guys, I'm on my way or whatever. Like go live for a couple of minutes and then say, okay, I'll be back on at noon. Let's just, I don't know if that's the time, but I'll do something like, okay, I'll be back on at noon for anybody who wants to see. And maybe I'll set something up formally in YouTube, which I've never done on a phone before, but I'll figure it out. This way, there's a time and stuff. So I'm not just like popping up out of nowhere. So if anybody does want to hang out and kind of check out the show with me through the miracle of the Google, then you'll be able to. I think that's what we'll do. Hey, Jeff, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Everybody's getting acquainted. You see, I post just about every comment that's put in here, but I just try to give a quick look first to see if it's just everybody saying hi to each other, which is cool. Yeah, but again, it's time well spent, man. You're getting all these things together, and then you'll be able to open the floodgates again with listings. I am slightly concerned. I guess I'll just hold off on my Jersey postcards, my New Jersey postcards, until I hear something back from HIP, because I don't want to do another 100 and have them all screwed up again. But that's not cool. That's holding back business. There's a dealer there from the Netherlands. Okay, he had some of the most interesting cards I've ever seen. Really? Yeah, and what do you have to then you have to just ask him on each individual card you like? That is inconvenient for sure. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you just have to keep asking? And what if there's like 20 people? Like, I don't know. Again, is there like 20 people all at one guy's table at a time, or whatever the word is, booth, table, auditorium, whatever they wherever they set up? Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, they did change this population of whatever remained 200 something today, but absolutely true. I'm just gonna do it myself if I even continue to do it. I don't have a 3-month time frame. I have now 16-day time frame. So unless I see some more action, I'm not going to just keep wasting my time. It's not only a waste of time, it's actually costing me now because it's costing me the time of going in and manipulating all these listings that should be done systematically. So I'm actually losing more than just the store fee for the month. I mean, I spent probably, I didn't really add it all up, but probably a couple hours easily doing these stupid category changes manually, one by one. That's a good point. But I want to have a puncher's chance, Jay Smith. You know what I mean? I want to at least be, especially with these jersey cards, which I'm selling on eBay pretty well, the Asbury Park, the Shoretown stuff. I want to at least be poised for success. Like, so be it. If the site's terrible and nobody looks at it, then not much I could do. But I certainly don't want to have a third. And it wound up being like a third of the cards that I have on the platform, all in the completely wrong, not only wrong category, wrong country. So again, like if I'm going in, if I'm looking for a Jersey UK postcard list for whatever reason, right? And I see some idiot with my name on it has 400 listings, 450 listings from Asbury Park and Atlantic City and Cape May and all this, I'd be thinking like, what was this guy doing? And meanwhile, it's not me that did it. So anyway, I am glad that at least it's, like I said, I want to punch a shot. That's all. But I fully expect that 16 days from now, you'll be hearing about strike 2 with HIP. And at least my ventures on HIP. Again, and that's something I want to say. I really want it to be good. Desperately want it to be good. $62 in 14 days. And I've had $8 in 14 days. And a third of my listings screwed up. But you have so many more listings than me. I have 1,200. You have 30,000 or something, or 20. Well, if they all went over correctly, you'd probably have 30,000. If I remember, he doesn't share what the prices are. You give him the card you want, he tells you a price. Yeah, absolutely, because he could just make it up, especially he could see that you're eager to pick him up, and then, yeah, that's not cool. Be transparent, right? It speaks of shadiness to me, people that do stuff like that. I don't know if there's a code of ethics. I'm sure there is with the postcard community, like unwritten rules, all that kind of stuff, like in baseball and probably in hockey for John. And to me, that's a violation of those unspoken rules. That's all. Exactly. I'll just stand in his shadow. Hey, Rutan, how you doing? Only works with Niagara Falls. Yeah. Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. But you know what I mean, Don? Like, just by virtue of him going up with a handful of cards and then saying how much for these, the guy is going to think right away, oh, he's interested in these. And whatever he anticipated the price being in his head, he could just raise it because he sees somebody that wants to buy them. Like, it's not cool. It's the biggest something of them all. Agreed, Lisa. U.S. Navy ship the SS Niagara Falls. And guess what? It was pulling in front of the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor. Now that's the anti-bolo of anti-bolos. I still think that was one of the coolest videos. Paperboy over on $1 Million Peddlers once did a video a while ago, and I thought it was really witty. Anti-bolos, basically. Like, here's what not to look out for. I thought that was really cool. Bucking the trend. Everybody does these bolo videos and stuff. I don't know if he ever did anything with that, but that could be a series as far as I'm concerned. And really, it's just as important as knowing bolos, right? Knowing what not to get, knowing what to avoid. I know a few people have done videos when it comes to postcards about that. Like, I think even Popeye did one. I'm pretty sure Mark did one too. Like, don't look for these, or don't waste your money on these kind of things. Those are equally educational and beneficial. The Nolo, yeah. I really did enjoy it. I told him too. He's like, "Thank you, thank you." And I had this was a few months ago, right, Dawn? I mean, you'll give me the exact time frame, Dawn, but I'm going to say what 3-4 months ago, conservatively, that was brought up, and I mentioned it to him because he writes once in a while and stuff when we're writing, and I said you should really like, parlay that into some other stuff. He's like, no, like he wants to be kind of one and done with all his videos, which is fine. Like, I don't want to repeat myself or whatever, but I thought it was a very witty idea. I don't think I'd ever seen anybody do that before. I like Nolos though. Or the anti-bola, or whatever it was. Recognize this, John? You have a proper pint in this place? It's my favorite hangout. And in Germany, too. Down in Epcot. Yeah, you can't find... I'll tell you, I got an insider tip for you, Mark. Why don't you go look to the UK, Crown Provinces. There's a tip. But at least as we sit here this evening, actually I'm at 1197. That's just short of 1200. 1197. Over on HIP. 400 and some odd in New Jersey. Actually in New Jersey for once. And then, yeah, I'm in the boat. Same sort of mentality at this point, like Connie has, basically, that she doesn't want to waste the time and stuff, and it's not worth her time. Sort of, I'm definitely understanding that approach to it all right now. I'm thinking that's it. Let's just see. I have 2 weeks now. Let's see what happens. A little over 2 weeks. Let's see if some more sell. Yo, 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 what's up? Welcome to the show, Mike. How you doing? Oh, man, a black and tan's a beautiful thing. Have you ever had the Welsh pub burger? They have a product in the Rose and Crown down in Epcot in the UK Pavilion called the Welsh pub burger. It's a traditional, it's a hamburger. However, one of the greatest things on the planet, it's a cheddar, I think it's cheddar-based cheese sauce with beer. With it's not just beer though, it's a certain kind of beer. Is it Guinness? Might even be Guinness. It's a beer cheese soup sort of a thing. It's very thick, and you pour it over the burger. And you could also dunk your fries in it and stuff. It's one of the most godlike products on the market today. Go check that out. Welsh pub burger is what it's called. Oh, really? That's cool. Good to know. I'll just ask around. I'll just listen for the British accent. That's all. Yeah, exactly. All right, cool, Kelly. Maybe we'll get an interview with them live on the air. Get out of here. Did you really, Dawn? Congratulations. Oh, yeah, Etsy. Let's give a quick follow-up, right? If I talked about it previously, I like to follow up with stuff. Etsy, still holding strong at like 90 listings. I reinitiated. What's the term? Not reinitiated. Whatever. I revived like 40 some odd listings about a week ago. And then I added like another 10 or something. I put 10 Christmas print ads over on that were in my eBay store already. I just cross-listed them over to Etsy. And nothing. But we'll see what happens. It's still only the middle of November. All right, good. Yeah. Yeah, dangerously close. I could smell it at this point, Jody. So close. Thank you for the reminder, though. Yeah, 960 something last I checked. Can't wait for that, because when that happens, everybody, we're going to have a celebration. 967 for those keeping score. You think of dogs? Doberman? Oh, the Welsh pub burger. It's, if you like a good hamburger, you got to love the fries there, right? The chips, the steak fries. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Yep, Guinness and hot. Yep. What kind of a dog is a black and tan? A Doberman is the only thing I could think of. Congratulations, Lisa. Yeah, I don't have any of the postcards over on Etsy either. And Mark is pulling his entire inventory, so that tells you something. Might not be the place for postcards. For the last time, I promise I'm going to mention this. I had hoped Hip would be that other place, but it doesn't look like that's feasible, unfortunately. Even if I had 30,000 listings like some people have, they're not selling anything either. So what does that tell you? Little hope for a guy with 1,200. A Doberman, okay. A Coonhound? I've never heard of that. Hey, Victoria, how you doing? Sneaking in with the dog knowledge out of nowhere. Welcome to the show, Victoria. Manchester Terrier. To name a few, I guess, huh? Yeah, but so collectively they're known as black and tans. All these species of dog, all these breeds of dogs, all these breeds of dogs. Lisa says that she sells vintage housewares for the most part. Just started listing ads. Used to sell ads locally at pop-up malls. Oh, cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen people many a time in the antique malls. Maybe John has seen that in his. Well, he's probably pretty much exclusively postcards, but I think you had a booth in a regular antique mall too, right? Like not just a postcard only place. Anyway, there's plenty of places you would see one of the ads like on just like with a board on the back and a piece of plastic, and they're charging like $15 from them, whatever. But as a you said you just started listing them. I assume you watched the video, Lisa. Let's hope you watched my informative 7-part series all about print ads. You'll see that, oh, no. We do not buy $15 print ads. We sell $15 print ads, but we do not buy $15 print ads. Goal is to wake up. Oh, is that the goal? To be out fully? Is that a plausible date? ETA? A Chicago dog is a black and tan? Okay. Oh, I got you. Okay. You used to sell quite a few ads. Cool. Well, good luck on the old eBay front with the ads. Hope they do well for you. Been doing very well for me for a long time. And recently they've been picking up too, which is cool. I'm just reading the comments. So you have to take everything Mark says with a grain of salt. You never know if he's kidding around or being serious. I'm going to list 100 postcards with the title Postcard Only and one picture upside down of the front of the card only. Then let's see about all this rabbit hole. Yeah, I know. See, sometimes I think that's true that we all tend to overthink some of this stuff a little bit, but I don't know. That's going the extreme other way, and you never know. It's the equivalent of having a dog pick out your lotto numbers or something, or something crazy like that, or the football pools, like you give it to like your wife or something who knows nothing about football. She circles a bunch of teams and winds up winning, and then you could analyze it for 6 years and wind up 1 out of 10. So a lot of it is just simply luck, I guess. Yeah, thank you. Is that Celtic? You saw the face. You saw the quizzical. Well, because I don't want to keep saying, what is that, a Canadian word? And digging myself into a deeper hole. As funny as that sounds, I'll tell you what, you do it on Hip, you'd probably have the same chances if you spent a lot of time. Yep. Our provincial medium security prison. Medium security is on. How is it pronounced? Gowl? Gale. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, something like that, actually. And he was like better than all the think tank of professional gamblers. It's all luck. Oh, it's pronounced jail. Okay, gotcha. So G is J. Jail. Only in Canada, Mark, right? It's pronounced jail. Cool. Well, yes, Canadian still has quite a British influence, obviously. Dawn in her fake London. We joke about it all the time. There's a town in Canada called London that she lives near. It's the other London. British Columbia. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Yeah, just listen to generic postcard. You never know. And it would kind of dispel all of the, all the effort that people put into and the diagnostics and, what keyword's important and which order do you put this in and all. It might all be a bunch of rubbish, as they say in the British Isles. Influence, exactly. Do they really? They have a fake River Thames? They want to be so bad. They really want to be the real one. Finch. Do you seriously have a River Thames? Come on. Be yourself. Not you personally, you know what I mean. As a town, as a country. Break away. Be your own. I should speak, right? You think about New York, New Jersey. They weren't very creative 300 years ago either. I declare this land New York, New Jersey, Newfoundland, Newfoundland. Yeah, don't we all? You have a Hyde Park too? Come on. Yeah, again, I think it's I don't know. It's a contradiction constantly, right? It's always like, and this isn't just postcards, it's everything. Again, there's definitely an element of overthinking some of the stuff and over theorizing, but then the other extreme of doing something as silly as what you said or whatever, you might get decent results too. So I don't know. I don't know what's the right road to take. Correct. Staten Island is Dutch as well. Brooklyn is Dutch. Yep, the Dutch were there first. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's. Yep. It does, Kelly. No creativity. Just that's why I had the old world and the new world. So the new world just used old world things and put the word new in front of it. Oh, it's a temporary sign then, huh? Temporary road sign. I wanted to give one little hint away about the forthcoming 1,000 subscriber celebratory video live show. It will feature some special guests. I will let you know that. Some very, very special guests, I might add. And it will be a party. I can't wait. Of course, the date is to be determined, but hopefully sooner than later. And I'll definitely be posting all about that when we get close and I have everybody booked. But it should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to share it all with everybody. We'll do giveaways. We'll do all the things that people do as a thank you. You have a Paris too? There's a Miami, Ohio too. Yeah, same with us, Kelly. It was 80 over here. Friday, Saturday, something like that. And yeah, now it's in the 30s again. Out of control. I walked out of that studio yesterday in New Jersey. It's only like 40 minutes away from me, and the wind was the wind chill had to be like 25 degrees. We came out, I was all sweating and everything from doing all this work, and we changed costumes and all that, and have big stage lights and singing and sweating. And we walked outside. It was like I thought I was going to get pneumonia because all I had was like a sweatshirt on. Man, have you really, Cameron? Yeah, I started in February. Well, January was actually I did a Mike Nesmith video. Anybody knows who Mike Nesmith is, but one of the monkeys had passed away, and for some reason it really touched me because I used to love the monkeys when I was a kid. And I did a little video, a really quick video, and that kind of, believe it or not, is what made me want to get back into YouTube. So that was at the end of January, middle of January, and then we started doing the live show thing in February. So it's been really since February for me, which is now what, 9 months already. It's almost February again, a couple of months. So we'll see what happens. But I do look forward to it. It'll be a lot of fun. I want to have a really fun show for everybody, kind of share my joy with everybody else. And then on to bigger things. Just be a monkey off my back. It's much more of a psychological thing because, as John has said, it's not about the 35 cents. It's just about the I made it. It'll be a feeling of accomplishment, and then whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing, sort of, but it'll just feel kind of cool, not having to worry about that kind of stuff. Or borderline obsess on. I don't obsess on it. I really don't obsess on it, but I want to get there. That's all. It's just a hurdle to cross. And once it's crossed, I could just breathe and go, okay, done. I didn't want to, you had to give that away. Had Huey, Louie, and Dewey lined up. Do you hear the puppy? I don't think you hear. Honey, is the puppy down here? Puppy is not down here. You're hearing things, Dawn.
Hold on.
Without questions, Mark. No, I swear it's gonna sound cheesy. I'm very honored, even to be approaching it. I'm truly honored by this, like out of nowhere. I'm very happy about it. I'm honored that people would consider hanging out and talking with me and watching the videos. It is a lot of people.
Hello.
Yeah, it's no. I promise. I'll let you know if he comes down. I'll definitely throw him on for a minute.
Hold on, let me just grab a laptop real fast.
Oh, did you really? Thank you, Victoria.
Sorry, I'm working on.
Yeah, John and Ben, New to You Provision. It was John. The germ of the idea was he could give you the full story, Popeye, but it was his idea, and then Ben, who goes by New to You Provisions, who started the festivities. He was the first show. If you saw that at 5 o'clock, Victoria, he was the one that kind of put it into motion, like put the technical things into motion and got us. But it's a very good idea. It's a group of similar people selling similar items. In this case, ephemera, and you kind of get that power of continued crowd from one show to the other. Continuity is the word, not power. Continuity. So yeah, it was a pleasure. I was part of the first one, which we call Paperpalooza, a couple of months ago, and now that was Ephemerama 3, and I guess Ephemerama 4 will be 2 months. I think it's every 2 months they're doing it. But great to have you. I'm glad you were in there. Maybe I have a tag. Aha, see? Again, revealing too many secrets here. A plaque. No, I don't get a plaque. Oh, I'm sure, Mark. Yeah, I know. I'm right around there actually. What 960, 30 some odd, a little over 30.
Hold on, my computer is.
But I've gone through 900 fast. It's funny. For anybody who does this, okay, as like the first 500 one was huge. I swear to God, one was cool, and that wasn't like, hey, calling your friend and saying subscribe. I didn't do that. I purposely didn't do that with this channel. I'm like, I just want to build it from scratch and see what if one person subscribes and that's it, so be it. Um, but like 500 was huge, I thought, and then like then it's so funny. There's ebbs and flows like eBay, and it was like stalled, and I was at 600, and it was what seemed like forever for 600. Well, anyway, I just hit 900. I don't know, a week and a half ago, and now I'm at 967 or something when the show started. So it's suddenly the 900s are flying by. I don't know why, and it might come to a crash. Watch, it'll be like 993 for a month. Who knows? But whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just excited. Hey, Tommy, what's up? There you go. I know you start. Yeah, can't let it get to your head, man. Welcome aboard. I swear to God, once I get over 1,000 and I could just go relax and not talk about it anymore, I won't care. Like whatever happens at that point, I'm not going to say, "Oh man, I need 10,000. I need that." I don't care. 1,000's good for me. I'm very happy with the people. I'd rather have it's quality over quantity, don't you know? Oh, the whatnot you sent. Yeah, very interactive. Absolutely. And we have some nice if you caught a few of the shows, I don't know if you just came in on mine and John was right after mine, but there's sort of a handoff process, Victoria. Like each show, 5-10 minutes before the next show would start, we'd introduce the upcoming show and kind of like hand it over. And everybody go check out John. And then like the people that were on my show would go over to his. Very, very cool. And it's a collective effort with all the people that are on these programs, and everybody wins, and we all get some exposure. We get to meet new people like yourself, so it's a pleasure. I love doing the whatnots. Envision them, yes. There we go. Yes, you got to convert watches into buyers. Absolutely. Well, you'd have a field day with mine today, Mark. My new band thing. I have like 4 hours of footage that I have to whittle down to a 5-minute promo video, and whittle down I shall. It's a lot of work. Yeah, I've been video editing forever. Oh, cool. Thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was wonderful. Popeye gave a unsolicited plug a couple nights ago, too. It was really, really nice of him. Great to have you. And I think he had said, oh, it's a laid back. Tonight is certainly a laid back chat. Sometimes it's a little more involved. There's just not that much going on right now, Ken, as far as like in many shows previously, if you'd be kind enough to check out the channel, as far as live shows goes, we had guests on. We had what was the show prior to, I guess it was the Thursday or Friday night prior to the first Paperpalooza event. We had 10 guests all together. That was really cool. And then, of course, I have regular material, too, where I just do videos and things of that nature. So it's a lot of fun, and it's great to have you. I appreciate you coming in, Ken. Yes, I know. Exactly. And the videos don't perform as well as live. I'm not looking for that yet. But that's a fact. I could do I don't know. The live videos, for whatever reason, don't get the same viewership because it's a live event by virtue of its title. It's a live show. So it's the people that are watching kind of watch it. I mean, there are several people I know that write me and say, oh, I caught the replay if for whatever reason they can't see it live. And that's cool, too. But it's not the kind of thing most people will keep going back to. Whereas a proper video about whatever topic, the likelihood of people going back and watching multiple times, like my series on print ads, is high, much, much higher than one night's chat show. But I like doing both, so both I shall. This fighting? Oh.
Oh, okay. BP Postcard. Okay. They didn't pay for the second one yet, which was number 37. Okay. That's the one. All right. And Not the invoice, but the email cap.
So now that I'm sorry, I'm not usually this quiet, by the way, for anybody who's new. I'm nursing a little bit of a sore throat from a lot of singing yesterday. But the what was I going to say? I'm so screwed up. I can't even think of what I was just going to say, but I was going to say something. Oh, Whatnot. Excuse me. The Whatnot. I'll be getting back into Whatnot more often now. I was kind of saving up for the Paperpalooza, Ephemerama event the other night. So now I'll probably get back to my regular weekly stuff over on Whatnot because I do enjoy the platform a lot. Oh, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. They're good for background entertainment, much like music that you put on the radio, right? No, but it's a lot of fun. I love talking with everybody. Me too. Yeah, exactly. That's so true. Yep. Absolutely correct on all fronts there, Tommy. Yeah. And you sort of get put into a category, as being a live person or a non-live person, and then, I've always been both. I don't even know why I started. I'll tell you why I started. I didn't have any intention on doing live shows at all, and it was actually Travis, my buddy Travis, who, when we were on a show together, that's where we met, and he was talking. He's like, "Oh, you should you want to do a chat show? I'll come on with you," or something. I'm like, okay. And that really is the only reason I even did this. I had done live chat shows for about 2 years with my Beatles stuff, where we had a nice audience. We would do performances, and I talk about video editing. I would put together, I would record music and then do videos for the music, and then we'd present them when the pandemic stuff started and we couldn't do as many shows. All the fans that we had that were missing us in shows, we would do these like live videos every week. So it became something I was very, very, and I ran the show on StreamYard and everything. So I was very familiar with this, and I'm like, oh, here's another reason. And then we stopped doing those because we started playing again, thankfully, actual concerts. So this was just like a perfect segue, to take the stuff I was already doing and now just use it for a different platform, in this case, reselling. Have you ever done a video with your band doing some playing? Thousands of them, Ralph. Probably literally thousands of them. Yeah, we play all over the country, and there's so many videos out there, some good, some bad, because it's like the one thing that stinks about YouTube, what's good and bad about YouTube is anybody could do a video and anybody could post a video. So you can get somebody that's just sitting in the audience from a mile away, and you hear, and they just post it, and then you have really good videos that are like TV simulcasts and stuff that come out very well with multiple cameras and everything in between. Partly Undead. Don't know. I play in Beatlemania, Mike. The touring cast of Beatlemania. It was a Broadway show years ago for those who remember. I hope some of you remember, to make me feel older than I am. But it was a Broadway show for a couple of years, and then like one of the Paul we have was in the Broadway cast in like 78 or 79. Excuse me, for about a year. And so it's a touring cast of the Broadway show, essentially. It's like a Broadway show that goes and plays all over the country. You mean on my chat shows? I'm sorry, hold on. Have you ever done a video with your band doing some playing? On the chat shows with the Beatlemania. I'm sorry. We tried it. That's a complicated thing because YouTube is crazy. Like sometimes, I'm sure anybody who does YouTube, you know how you don't, even if you put like a 10-second snippet of a song, a real song, which is one of the great things on Whatnot. You can play anything you want on Whatnot. But on YouTube, and it's not YouTube, it's UMG. It's these huge record conglomerates that put the kibosh on any segment of music you might put on. The Eagles are notorious for that. If you ever play an Eagles song, forget it. Your video will be instantly taken down. And it says like UMG has filed a claim or something. That's one of the Universal Music Group was one of the huge ones. So when we tried, our intention was to do like live music. First of all, there's two huge things. There's the whole copyright component where your video might not ever get seen or might get taken down immediately if somebody files a complaint or whatever. Part two is you'd have 4 people playing from 4 completely different locations, and there's like a built-in, I think it's a 10-second delay between live transmission and onto YouTube. We were doing it on Facebook, not on YouTube, but same thing. I could push this out to Facebook too. It's the same exact. Technically, it's the same thing, but that delay made it virtually impossible to play and sync with 3 other people, which is why we went the route of doing videos and audio. So like I have all kinds of equipment and recording stuff and 1,000 guitars and drums and bass, and I play everything. And I would play the songs, like build them up and record them and sing. And then I would have my Paul guy, hey, send me the backing vocal for that song. He would send me an MP3. I would put it into my DAC. It's a whole thing. And I would create a record essentially, and then I would make a video for the record. And sometimes it would involve the guys sending me clips of them playing or pretending to play. So it was more like that. So that was the way to get around it. And because it wasn't the actual Beatles singing, we didn't get any bands on it or anything like that. But if we were playing live for some reason, they were putting the kibosh on a bunch of people, so many people that were in entertainment, which were going that route of doing like a live show on Facebook or whatever, in the kitchen with a guitar. And a bunch of them got taken down. So we stopped, like we intended to do that. And then we went the route, like I said, of the pre-recorded videos. Live people or not live? Oh, I gotcha. To live or not to live? That is a question. Yeah, I meant like, the pre-recorded videos versus the live. Like there's channels that are probably known primarily as a live chat show format similar to this, let's say, and there's other people that are known for never doing live shows and just doing pre-recorded, and you kind of get put into that, lumped into a category or something. But I've absolutely been both the whole time. Yeah, doing it for 30 something years. He's dead now, but yeah, he was arrogant for sure.
Wait, let me just double check.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, there's ASCAP, but UMG takes down individual songs. Like if I've tried to put in what's funny, my very first YouTube video, live show, I should say, when Travis and I came up for a live show, I had recorded some sort of audio segment to, open the show with or whatever. Like I have the countdown now. And, I had searched on YouTube for royalty-free music snippets or something to that effect. And whatever I put in, I can't remember what it is now. I created the same kind of a thing with a countdown and like an original music piece instead of using the pre-recorded stuff that YouTube supplies you. And my very first live show, I got like it wasn't a strike, thank God, but it said like from time frame 0 to 31 seconds, so-and-so put a block on a restriction. So you had the option to change it, which I did. And then I created the one I've been using since now myself. But yeah, it's crazy. So you never know. And it wasn't YouTube, it was Facebook. But we were doing the shows on Facebook, not YouTube. The Beatles shows. The Beatles chat shows. That's a lot of fun. We had tons of really cool guests. We got to interview people in the music industry, and it was lots of fun. And it really did get us through that tough time where we weren't playing.
Oh,
did he really? I am not a Springsteen guy at all. No offense to anyone who is. To each their own. I think he's probably the single most overrated artist of all time. He could be up there, along with Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's a good songwriter, terrible performer, terrible singer, very mediocre musician. Influential, yes. Why? Not sure. But enough of that. Well, if we get into a music segment, you'll never get me off. Trust me. Springsteen, awful. Absolutely brutal. I'll never get that. I'll never get the why he has any following whatsoever. I've never understood.
October and November.
I'll tell you the truth. This is going to sound funny. You know what song I do like? Hungry Heart. I remember when that came out, like 79 or 80. I remember that came out. And I liked that song because it was kind of like a 50s throwback sort of a progression and all. But outside of this, there are like a handful of songs I can tolerate, and that's one of them. But very, very few. And I despise the whole Born in the USA nonsense. Was just abysmal to me. No, you're definitely not alone with Bob Dylan. It's kind of sacrilege to say he's not great, but he's just not. Very, very good songwriter, very witty lyricist. But one of the worst singers I've ever heard. Not just that. Everybody that covers his songs does great. Springsteen too, actually. Everybody who covers Dylan's songs does phenomenal versions of his songs and makes them their own. To the point where you say, "Oh, Dylan wrote that," and his versions are awful. But and That's just one of a million. Mr. Tambourine Man. There's a million examples. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, great songwriter. I don't deny that. He's a very good lyricist. He is not a great musician, although he can play a couple instruments, but he's very rudimentary instrumentalist. Obviously an abysmal singer. But that's part of his lore, is the fact that he can't sing, but people, oh, he's original. That's the Dylan thing.
No, we just did that on the 8th, the late fees.
Dawn concurs with the mighty. Yep. No, you're wrong on that one. Neil Young has a very good voice. Can he grate on you? Yes. It can grate on you over time, but he does a lot of Dylan's, not a lot. He's done some Dylan covers too. He has a beautiful voice in many cases, actually.
I knew we were waiting for something.
Dave Matthews. I don't really know much about him. My wife, who's 10 years younger than me, grew up, but she was into that stuff when it was new, the Dave Matthews stuff. It's okay. Has a good band. Did you really? That's cool.
Do you want the November 8th one that you and I... Are you talking about Marjorie Ziegler, or are you talking about Premier?
You know the song Helpless? Canadian Brethrens? A song called Helpless. Look it up. There's a town in North Ontario. Is how it starts off. So I figured you guys would all be like raising your flags.
Correct.
Agree with Dave Matthews? Yeah. Not at the same time. Okay. Yeah, Helpless is an amazing tune. It's actually Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, but it's all Neil Young. I love Neil Young. I saw him many times, and he's one of those people that if you see him 10 times, it's 10 completely different people almost. He at least years ago, he used to be very, very moody. So was Dylan. And if he was in a lousy mood, he would basically do like really lousy performances, cut the show short. If he was in a good mood, you'd be in for an amazing time. If you guys have ever seen Neil Young's Unplugged from MTV, 20 years ago, maybe more than that now, that's a phenomenal Unplugged. He does Like a Hurricane on a giant pipe organ. It's incredible. Of course you know the song. It's a national anthem, isn't it? Take your word on that one. There you go. Look at Ralph reeling things back in. Good work, Ralph. I appreciate that. We're sitting here talking Neil Young. How long have I been selling print ads and when did I get started? I've been selling print ads on eBay probably 4 or 5 years maybe at this point. Got started by going to an estate sale. I think I told the story in one of the videos, but happy to recount it for you. My wife and I went to an estate sale 5 years ago, whatever it was. And on the floor being stepped over were these bunch of magazines. And my wife, actually, full credit, said to me, like one of them was a JFK, which I think I still have. There was 1 million John F. Kennedy magazines printed after his assassination. I mean, 1 million, millions and millions, right? But foolishly, at the time, when I saw these on the floor, I'm like, oh man, grab that. That's a 1963 John F. Kennedy. Man, that's going to be big money. Long story short, no, they're not. Just like it's the equivalent of the Niagara Falls Postcard, like a John F. Kennedy magazine. There's 10 billion of them printed. So anyway, I did some research and realized that. I'm like, oh, well, we wasted our money. And I happened upon a video. I would honestly give full credit if I remembered who it was. I have no idea. But at this point, it must be like a 10-year-old video on YouTube with somebody that just said something about, oh, if you cut out the ads in magazines, you can make some money. And that was it was, no offense to the person who did it, but it was a kind of like cheesy, like it was a guy sitting on his kitchen table, very low quality, just, oh, you could take out print ads and sell them. Thanks for watching. And it was Look magazine, 1963 Look magazine with JFK. And I wound up doing that. I'm like, man, there's like 20 different ads in this, like for Tab. I remember Tab Cola being one of the early ones. Everything under the sun, like you see today, same sort of advertising. And that was it. At that point, I didn't have this nice scanner I didn't even have a duplex scanner then. I just took pictures, regular pictures, posted them and sold a handful for whatever. I think it was like 12 or 15 bucks the first couple. I'm like, oh my God. And then I would look at eBay for the magazine itself. The whole magazine you're lucky if you got $5 or $6 for it. And it was just one of those things that I thought, it was just like one of those aha moments, basically. And I started doing it. And then the famous what gave me my first real big collection, which I still have some, was about 3 years ago now. Again, my wife found on a Facebook marketplace thing a couple in Pittsburgh, which is a solid 5-hour ride from me, probably due west, 4.5, 5-hour ride, which we did in a day and turned around and came right back home. Anyway, the couple, they were selling 650 Life magazines. And then when we drove out there and hung out with them, they were very, very nice. The guy was like a sports card guy. He had a huge like warehouse sort of environment with every kind of sport card you could ever imagine. And he said one of the collections he picked up, they threw in these Life magazines and they'd just been sitting in the corner. You just want to get rid of them to make space. So we gladly, we took one of my daughters with us and we took all 600 magazines. I mean, we did thumb through. I talk about this a lot too. Like, I don't buy everything sight unseen. Like a magazine can have mold, it could be ripped, it could be water damage, and all three. So we kind of did a high level overview of the majority of them seem pretty dry and pretty good, but like, let's just take them and run. We paid some ridiculously low price. It's in the video, 200 something bucks, $300 for 650 magazines. Took them home, drove 5 hours, came home, and then started the process that again you'll see in the video of like, let's take out all the staples and let's see what's in here and let's cut them neatly and then I just progressed to buying tools to help me to that end, like a tool that was big enough to do one clean slice, a paper trimmer for Life magazines. And then eventually I picked up that nice big scanner to accommodate the whole size of the magazine. And so anyway, that's how it all started. And then I decided 9 months ago to do the video series about it. Oh, I know. There's a lot of people that love him, Tommy. I'm not saying anything bad against him. I just, you know, what's funny. I've said this before, and if you never thought of it, you'll think of it now. The younger guy, the guy was saying your body is a wonderland. Sounds exactly like Dave Matthews to me. And when that song came out, I'm like, is that Dave Matthews? And my wife goes, no, I can't think of what his name is. Sorry. But I thought it was like a Dave Matthews ripoff, that guy. And now he's like this great blues guitar player. I don't know what his name is. Can't think of it. Somebody will tell me. DMB gets a lot of flack. Something about being a favorite of horrible types of frat boys. Dave Matthews Band. I was thinking for a second, what is DMB?
Okay.
I actually heard, Tommy, I don't know if it shows, it's almost the modern day equivalent of the Grateful Dead sort of fan base that he has. Which anytime you get that sort of mass popularity, it's a beautiful thing.
Oh.
Postcards are a light bulb moment for two. After I sold off my Popeye collection, starting going to auctions, buying box lots of junk and specializing glassware and pot. Oh, really? Is that true?
That's no advance about it. But...
yeah, very much an aha moment. Exactly, light bulb moment. It was just it went from a moment of disgust that we just wasted our money on these magazines that everybody has to wait a minute. What's in the magazine? So like I'm Mr. We have Mr. Magazine. I'm Mr. Rip Up the Magazine. I've come across how many magazines are valuable? None. I don't think there's any. Somebody show me a magazine that's worth more than $400 or $500 one issue. There's probably are some, of course, like a Marilyn Monroe or something special, but very, 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 very few and far between. And I can easily get $400 or $500 out of almost any magazine in value from the paper ads that are inside. Any magazine, by the way. I have a lot of Life because we got that 650 thing of Life. But as you've all seen on the different shows I've done, we have way more than just Life magazines. But thanks for the question and the chance to go back in history. An ozone generator to get rid of musty smell. Good call. Good call. Do you care to reveal the name and where one would pick one up? John Meter. John Mayer. John Mayer. Yeah, John Mayer. Yep, that's it. Doesn't he sound just like the guy in, Dave Matthews?
Should I put a response to this email? Would be greatly appreciated.
Good job. With the dead, yeah, exactly. See, it's all connected. Exacto makes a good one. Yeah, he is a very good guitar player, absolutely. But do you hear the similarity in their voices? When he first came out, John Mayer, I thought it was Dave Matthews. Nice. Billy Strings. Okay, cool. What is this? Oh, that's the rotary cut. Yes, thank you, Dawn. Yeah, that one's really nice. Exactly. That's another great point, Lisa. The good thing about doing the ads that are contained within, I think I also mentioned this in one of the series, but it's true. Like, you don't necessarily have to worry about a cover being in good condition, which they rarely are, because a lot of these magazines have been stored forever and in various conditions. So it's true. If you can look past a ripped cover or something and say, wait, if you go 5 pages in, the stuff looks untouched. Number one to me is like, don't, if it has any kind of water damage or whatever, just throw it away. Like, don't waste your money on that. So definitely go through and do a high level overview. Depends on the quantity. Like in my case, 650 magazines. You know, for all the postcard guys who get these 20,000, 30,000 million card lots, that's a lot. But 650 magazines is a lot of magazines. And you know, if you're sitting in somebody's house like we were, I wasn't going to sit there for 3 hours going through 650 magazines, you know. So we just kind of skimmed and made sure we didn't. And honestly, they were all really, really good shape. Yeah, there was an occasional tear or scuff on a cover, but again, I didn't care about the covers. So thanks, Don. Yeah, it really is great. Sure, no problem, Lisa. Postcards, I would think.
What is New Portland?
But not by much. They're both long tail, Tommy. But again, look, you're talking to Popeye, you're talking to Kelly, you're talking to Connie. They have so much volume that they sell plenty a day because they just have so much. So, like, I mean, for instance, guys, I'm happy to reveal this. I sold 7 cards this weekend. To me, that's a lot to sell 7 postcards that I've, again, just been listing. And that's pretty good. Now, but the problem is that the $7, $9. I did sell a $15 card, which is kind of cool. But, you know, they're not huge money individually, but it's the cumulative effect. So if I had 30,000 listings and I could sell, I don't know, you tell me, 50 cards in a weekend or something, you know, and then that's a little more respectable at $10 a piece. And again, that's just a portion of what I'm doing. So, but I genuinely enjoy doing it too. I like postcards. So that makes it a lot easier to deal with. I enjoy them. Much like I enjoy the print ads. I love the history. I love the stories that they tell. And to me, postcards are a sort of similar thing.
Do you want me to send a premiere tonight? Like right now? Okay.
Mark Boland?
I am going to do the invoices for Christy Lane and Bill Moser, and I'm going to send them to you, and I'm going to call you back.
Really? Cool.
So you're not stuck on the stuff.
I was very lucky to go back to the 650 one more time. They didn't have, I know exactly what you're talking about, because you smell that smell is omnipresent, to use a word like Dawn would say. In almost every estate sale you go to, half the houses have that smell, you know? That's just, for those who have experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who haven't, you can envision it. Yeah, it's a combination of like cat pee and mold and dust and just general, you know, state of disrepair. How homes, especially cellars and stuff, when you go into the basements. Yes, cellar covers can sell, absolutely. And some covers are worth a lot. Like I did sell one more time on this one, but yeah, the what's his name? The Cowardly Lion.
It's all just gonna go out on the floor.
I'm sorry if you guys see my wife. She's on a conference call with someone with baking. What's his name? Burt Law, Cowardly Lion, 1957 Life magazine with Burt Law. It's not because it's Burt Law on the cover. It's because there's a story about mushrooms, like drugs, mushrooms, on this 1957 issue. And that one sells. I sold that for like $100-something. I think that magazine. That's one exception where that was in my collection. I was looking. There's a Mickey Mantle card in one of the Life magazines that's really valuable. There's 2 Beatle covers, which I would never sell because of the Beatles. I would have them. There's a Marilyn. If you have a 1952 original Marilyn first cover, that's worth some money. But again, there's just, you know, there's a handful that, yeah, they're worth some money, but the vast, and I mean vast majority of magazines, I don't care what issue it is, I don't care what brand it is, I don't care what the name of the magazine is, I don't care when it's from, you can make so much more money, like leaps and bounds more money, ripping them up, so to speak, than you'll ever get for the whole magazine. And that comes down to how much work do you want to do? How lazy are you? Do you just want to if you could flip a magazine, if you buy a magazine for 50 cents and you could flip it for $10, then yeah, that's good money. It's kind of like what we do with postcards, right? But I just can't, if just think about it. If you had a postcard there's no comparison. But if you could somehow, carve a postcard into 55 pieces that were each worth more than the postcard by itself, wouldn't you do it? Sure. It's the same thing with that's what I do with the magazines. Wow. Would you be ready to pounce at that point? QSLs. I thought that was the card everybody hates.
Okay.
Thanks again, Dawn. Thanks again.
You know me. I'm not in a rush.
You have a whole box of QSL you could do one part.
I would work for you.
There you go.
If, you know.
She's got to take care of the business, Dawn. We're a 24-hour a day operation here. Rotten meat. Oh my God, the smell of rotten meat will turn your stomach. Oh, you're saying that's what the smells are? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Commercial. Is this a big old industrial sized object, I would imagine? Huge.
No.
Absolutely. Well, back cover is an ad, Victoria. You'll see tons of Coca. I just listened to Coca-Cola World War II. I just had them on my whatnot, if you remember, Victoria. By the way, I'm just going to mention this. One of the ads that I had on whatnot the other night, the only lot that didn't sell, had a Batman. It was a 1966 magazine. Batman the show came on in 1966, and it was an ad for there was a free giveaway if you bought it. Was it RCA? I forgot. It was a TV company or something. If you bought a TV, they would give you a free Batman mask to the kids, for Halloween or whatever. And it was the original, and it said "Holy Mask" or something on the front. The only one that didn't sell, that ad, I bet you I get like $30-$40 for it. I'm going to list it out of spite. And when it sells, I'm going to do a video on it. Look out for those things. But yeah, Coke, you can't go wrong, Victoria, especially World War II stuff is just, that's to me the sweet spot as far as ads. Any World War II era ad is probably the best, most sought after, best value, best pricing. I have one here. I kept one on the side. I don't know if I still have it here, the QSL card, to remind myself not to ever, if I see them, throw them out or burn them or whatever. Maybe I don't have it here anymore. I would have shown you one, Tommy. Not like Porky Pig. I would honestly, I would argue that the ads of almost any magazine would sell, because they're just ads. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what magazine they're in. It's the advertisement that collectors are buying. I can't think of a collector that cares like what magazine it came from. Although I always indicate that on my listing. I'll say this is from a 1943 issue of Good Housekeeping or whatever. But it doesn't really matter. It's the advertising that matters. It's the piece that matters, not so much where it came from. But it's good to substantiate, like to say this is from a 1941 issue of whatever magazine, because there's also people, as crazy as this sounds, but it's a fact, in the print ad world, people that collect the print ads, they like to know that, and if there's a date on the ad, even better. But so many people that buy print ads, a large portion anyway, pick up print ads from like a magazine of an issue of their year of birth or their parents' year of birth, something like that. It's like a memento, or something that they want to keep. So like, I was born in September 1953. Do you have a September 1953 issue of this, and this? I've had notes sent to me about that. Or if I have an ad up and I say in the description what magazine and what issue it's from, what month and year, they'll ask me, does the ad have the year on it or not? Because they want to present it as a gift or something to somebody. That's very popular. Yeah. I still have a bunch of Polish postcards from my wife's grandmother. About 8 inches square. Has a little handle on top to carry it around. That's really surprising. I thought it was going to be this huge, big old thing. That's cool. Size of a large shoebox. Oh, cool. Wow. Yeah, when you said commercial or industrial, I envisioned this giant monstrosity that you had to have running in your basement all day. And at the end of the day, it's not about the cosmetics when it comes to an ozone, I would think, right? Do we really care? Does it have to have bells and whistles and sparkles and be pink and whistle show tunes? There you go. You got a Tribolo from Popeye here. Screenshot, everybody. Thank you for that, as always. Oh, without question. Yeah, at least that's what I'm saying. Like, some people shy away from a magazine and think, nobody's gonna buy. Who was where did I read this? I either saw a video. Somebody picked up a bunch of science fiction magazines or something, sci-fi magazines. I was asking if ads would sell, and it was the same kind of answer. I don't mean to be flippant about it. Yeah, ads are ads. Like if you see a Coca-Cola ad and it happens to be in Better Homes and Gardens, or it's in Life, or it's in Playboy, it doesn't matter. It's a Coke ad. So people will collect them without question. Nope. Never had any issue with copyright or anything like that. The only thing with the print ad thing, which is prevalent amongst so many other things nowadays, is you got to be careful with the Indian things, with the Black Americana stuff. You can't list any of that on eBay anymore. All those kind of things. You just have to be aware of all those social sort of issues. Hold on, my light is dying in front of me, so let me charge this up. Hold on 1 second, everybody. A little behind the scenes footage here. Short USB. It's not the size of your USB stick that matters. And that's a C, and I don't have a C. There's the guy. Put this on so we have a nice bright light that doesn't die. I always plug it in. I forgot to tonight. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, I put it in my description all the time. Mainly because when I started, they were all Life. And now just out of habit, if it's from Better Homes and Gardens and stuff, I'll throw that in there. But the size is crucial because, I mean, really crucial, because there's such a variance. You know, is it Better Homes and Gardens? No, not Better Homes and Gardens. Trying to think. There's one magazine that I have a bunch of that are very old. They're like 1905-ish. Huge. Oh, Collier's Weekly. They're like 18 inches long, 17 inches long, which is by far the biggest ones. Life is 14 inches. A 17-inch magazine long is really big. But the pictures are beautiful because those ads, I mean, they are truly mini posters. And people collect them as such. And I even have like a little blurb. You've all seen that in my listing shows that says, you know, perfect for framing. And I get comments all the time, like a doctor's office will pick it up to put some cool old, you know, doctor ad up on a wall or something. Auto body shops are big with that. Old cars, they love the old car stuff. So those big ads are actually a huge bonus for them because the bigger they are, the more they look like a real like a poster. Same thing, by the way. Same thing with vintage sheet music, which I also have a video on. And I have a piece right here. Like if you get the old sheet music like this, again, I'm a huge Disney guy. For a Disney collector, you could easily frame this and hang it on a wall. It would look really nice, you know, for people that collect this kind of stuff. And the sheet music people, most of the people that buy the sheet music, they're buying the cover, you know, like a postcard. They don't necessarily read music or care about this portion, but the cover is crucial. So everything goes out. It's the opposite of magazines, if you will, where I don't care about the cover necessarily or the back, except if they have a cool Coke ad on it. I care about what's inside with magazines. With sheet music, it's the exact opposite. I want a really clean, you know, this is an original from 1939, you know, and Irving Berlin, who was probably the ultimate name as far as songwriters at that time, you know. So the quality of the imagery and the condition of the cover is crucial with sheet music. But anyway, that's the same idea. They just basically frame these and hang them up. Collectors, usually. And we have a bunch of those too, which I sell. There isn't any Coke, Pepsi, or Snickers ads. That's okay. Use what they got. Car ads are great. You know, whatever they have. Yeah, so do I, Lisa. Absolutely. September 73. Oh, is that for you? What you would want to look up? Dinner's ready. Enjoy, Lisa. Munch. Thanks for coming in. Pleasure to have you. Oh, you meant that for reproduction? Yeah, no way. I would never reproduce them. Everything we sell is original. All the ads are original. I also have a line, like a bit of verbiage that says they're all original. Absolutely. Oh no, copies, Ken, you're saying. I don't know. I never deal with copies. I just deal with originals. I'm sorry. If that was your question about copyright, I don't know. I've never sold copies of them. I just sell originals. Like I know in the postcard world, there's reproductions. I don't know if that's necessarily a copy, but and they sell. People buy reproductions. But in print ads, I've never tried to cut them out. I've never tried to, make photocopies of them, sell them as an original, or sell them as a copy. Even I just sell the original magazine ads. Yeah, reproduce. Sorry about that. I don't know if I've ever come across the Holocaust ad, but yeah, you have to watch for swastikas. Clearly, Hitler had a wonderful email today. I won't tell you who sent it, but somebody sent me an email today, and you could always reach out to me anytime, jiminiflip@gmail.com. Sent me an example too of a really interesting. It was a swastika on an ad from 1918, because the swastika was a religious symbol supposedly for hundreds of years that the Nazis hijacked in the 30s. So we looked up, and if you look at eBay, it actually specifies you cannot, sell an image of a swastika, or certainly not put it in a title. That would just be stupid. Anything from 1933 and beyond. But prior to 1933, apparently it's not an issue necessarily, because it had nothing to do with Nazism. If you have a 1905, I don't know why they had a swastika on. It was something so silly that you would never think there would be a swastika. I can't remember. Sears catalog or something? It was like at the bottom right. But again, it was from 1918, when Hitler was still fighting in World War I. So who knows? But steer clear of those kind of things for sure. Yeah, exactly. Even moderately these days, Kelly, like anything that could raise an eyebrow, just it's not worth it for one ad. You know what I mean? Just move on. As we like to say, adapt. Thank you. Yeah. And you don't post a pic of the back of the ad because of one of Popeye's shows. The back of the ad. Well, the only exception to that, Victoria, are you saying like if there's an ad on both sides? I've recently come across this idea of doing I call it a buyer's choice. Like, let's just say we had a Coca-Cola ad on one side and a Marlboro Man image on the other side. I'll scan both and I'll do one listing. I'd probably put the Coke up there over the Marlboro, but I would say it's a buyer's choice. If you're interested, there's a Marlboro ad in the back, and then you could purchase either one. And then you're reaching out to two different collector groups. So that's kind of a good idea. If you want to borrow that, feel free. Check's in the mail. Your check, right? Ralph, Popeye was talking all about them a little while ago. They're hold on, I'll try to pull the comment back up. Like Morse code or something. Mark has some postcards. If you're still in the chat, Mark has a whole video about the QSL cards, basically saying avoid them. But if you wanted to see some more detail, Ralph, let me see if I can find that video. Are you still here, Mark? I'm going to plug you again. Mark has a nice video all about... There you go.
My God.
You might have just heard Mark go, my God. That's another Midwest. God. Like G-A-D instead of God. But we won't get into the whole accent thing again, will we? There you go. Check out Mark's video all about QSLs. Ham radio. There you go. It's from Ham Radio. What did I say? Morse code? Ham Radio would send each other postcards. Here we go. Papa has a much more intelligent answer. Colliers too. Yep. That's a good point, Victoria. The mailer, you would need like a slightly larger mailer to accommodate those. Yes. Born in 73, huh? Child. There you go. Look at Dome with the copy and paste being employed. You can always run a sale, Kim, if you want. If you have a series of ads, do like a 20% off sale and see what happens. It's for ham and CB radio. There are Q and Z codes. I had to learn this from a secret scroll communication. Oh, there you go. You received a transmission. Cool. So it's almost like an SOS. Is it sort of like a thing like that, like a code word or something? Yeah, look at Jay Smith. What would you do? Would you list a piece of World II sheet music with a cool military cover, even if there were a bunch of cheap ones out there? Sure. There's people that always sell things at different prices. Wow, that's actually really wild, the history. I wonder why they're so uncollectible then. To me, that's super unique and cool. Right? In theory, why are they like the dirge of the postcard community? Oh yeah, forget about it. Absolutely. But as far as repros like that are designated as repros, Kelly, isn't that fine? Like a postcard says this is a 1977 reproduction of a 1905 postcard image. It says on the back this is a reproduction. That's okay, right? But that history doesn't matter. Happiness. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just don't even get involved with it all. It's truly not worth it. I don't think anything any of us dabble in. It's not worth getting into some nonsense about whatever.
Okay.
Pretty sick of Tyler's repro postcard people on eBay. I started reporting. Yeah, that is messed up. Do you have any idea? Did they write you back, John, as far as are they going to reprimand these people in any way? Or are they going to open a ticket like they do on HIP? That's one of those, Ask Mark. He's the IT guy. Open a ticket. It's a way to appease people. We'll open a ticket with our research team. Oh, don't obsess, Kim. Do a sale. Run a sale. You have a lot of ads up at this point. Do a sale just for the heck of it. Have you ever tried to do a sale? Markdown? Put them all on 20% off. Let it go for like 3-4 days. See what happens. That is horrible. Oh, that's not cool. Interestingly enough, I've had the same question about my print ads. And even, again, getting back to the whole point that nobody reads anything, I say in the description, and even with print ads, I do actually fill out the item specifics, as you've seen on the print ad listing shows. And one of them is original or whatever the word is. I don't know, original or copy, original. So I always have it checked off as original. I write, this is an original print ad. That's another reason I put the specific magazine, month, and year to further authenticate the fact that, no, this is a real piece of paper from 1926 or whatever it is. Because same with me, I would get a couple of emails, or not emails, questions messages within eBay sometimes. Is this real? Is this a real? Yes, it's real. Hey, Ohio, big guy, how you doing? Nice. 43 cents per. Not to make you feel bad, but I get magazines for 50 cents a piece. But that's cool. If you want to get started with something like that and they did the work for you, if it's already, boarded and all, that's cool.
And how was the other one?
That was Mark's video all about QSL if anyone wants to see them. I know I'm falling behind here a few minutes. I'll catch up. Wouldn't copy a postcard? Of course not.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. All right, and I'm sending you the updated.
Dawn, that girl, following my exactly what I just said, basically. Yeah, you could get whole magazines for that much. So if you're new at it, or if you're getting into the postcard thing, Ohio big guy, that's it's a good start. Why not? If you want to just try and list 100 listings, that's kind of cool. I'm sure you'll make your money back in spades, but you can do way, way, way better. You can get magazines for $1 or less, whole magazines, and then get 30 ads out of them. if you haven't seen the video series, check it out. I kind of show you some of the places you can hunt for those deals. Yeah, that's not cool. But that's, one of the things you just have to learn, I guess, over time. Yeah, that's true. Well, that's a very good point, Kim. If you're just getting into the long tail thing, yeah, the patience is tested on a daily basis. When you're used to it, it's not as big of a deal. But I can understand that. If I was doing something for years and selling things, the day after I list them, and suddenly I hit this wall and I have stuff up for months, I probably would be a little stressed out. Absolutely. How you doing, Purple Stalker? Wait to see you. Great to see you. I probably won't be on that much longer, but I'm definitely on. We've been on almost 2 hours already. Gotcha. But you know what I mean? I wonder, why are they so why are they frowned upon in the postcard collecting community? Why don't people like them? I think it's a cool history. Are they just too common? Are they like, what is it?
Is Dawn on?
Dawn's been asking about you for the last hour.
Sorry,
I said she's taking care of business. In my O'Neill 70s QP cards, I put Modern Chrome Repro in the title, hence why I priced it at 5. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, all you can do, especially to protect yourself against any potential, somebody trying to disparage you, when you have it in the title or you have it in the description and you have it in black and white, again, depends. I know nobody reads anything.
70?
Thank you, Dawn. Good work. Where is CJ tonight? Where is CJ?
He was sleeping.
All right, Dawn, hold on. Here's your weekly dose.
Where's the dad?
Hey, that baby boy. Say hi.
There he is.
There's a
Whoa,
shirt.
I almost dropped him.
He's a good boy. Hi.
Hi, Auntie Dawn.
We're going to the spot. Not the spot. We're going to the hairdressers tomorrow. Charlotte's getting a little trim. Right,
You can
baby?
see his face.
Yeah, so you can see those pretty little eyes again.
Say
All
hi.
right. We'll see you next time, guys.
He's waiting for
Because
you.
I'm eating peanuts.
Okay.
Hi, baby boy.
Hi. Okay, Sherlock.
There's your
back to
weekly
the
dose of
highlight.
the Sherlock, everybody.
Weekly.
Well, bi-weekly. There you go, CJ.
Let me see all the cute little
I knew he
comments.
was here. No, it's only 10 seconds. I'm sorry. Let me catch up, everybody. Distracted by the puppy. Yes. Good work. No, it's not a bad way to start Ohio. I'm sorry. I don't mean to insult that I don't think it's a bad deal or anything, but if you get into it a little more, yeah, you could definitely get whole magazines easily for $1 or less. But to start off, there's 100 listings, that you have 35 cents a piece into, if you sell them for 10, 15 bucks. And thanks, guys, for taking care of this. I'm sorry. These things happen. Exactly, Kelly.
Who is he?
Yes, most ephemera is sort of long tail. Reproductions. Oh, that's not cool. Again, does anybody know why QSL cards are so frowned upon? Why they're considered garbage? Yeah, exactly. Very good starting point if you're just trying to get into them. Yes, he is. Yep. That's funny. I said I because he didn't say hi today. I'm sure he's busy or whatever, but he's always there. Thank you so much as always, CJ. He's always perched and ready to pounce. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. That's okay. These things come with time, Kim. No, that's not cool. A bunch of them, or just oh, he put that one as like, yeah, that was like the lure, right, to get you to pick it up. I mean, come on, Dawn. It does. And the more you do, the better you'll get, the less stressed you'll be. Hey, Erica, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to get through. Yes, puppy. That's okay. I know, Kelly. It's no problem.
Puppy. That was for you, Dawn.
Here you go. Connie calling out a bad postcard seller, repro seller. Thanks for that, Connie. So everybody can avoid that individual if we come across. I know, Popeye. It's been a while too, so it's inevitable. Good, Andrew. How are you?
Is there a blacklist list for bad postcard sellers?
I don't know. Indeed, Kelly. But what are you gonna do? These poor kids. That's hysterical. Yeah, it's not a matter of defeat, but it is 9 o'clock, and I was going to sign off everybody anyway. Is he kind of known as being an idiot, Connie? This person that you referenced? Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's actually fun. Poor kid. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. Yep, the train will move again. Obviously, Connie. Obviously. No, it's not, Andrew. I know. I'm not worried. I'm looking for something. Worried at all. Again, I did this for a couple of years with the Beatles stuff, so we had to deal with this stuff. Like Popeye said, it's a badge of honor. It means you're getting somewhere. Hold on. Well done, Tommy. That's almost too funny, actually. Thank you. The gurgles, though. Gurgle Rama coming to you on Whatnot. That's hysterical. I am going to get going, guys. I was going to leave at 9 anyway, but I figured we could entertain this kid for a while. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you on Friday. I'm probably going to be on Whatnot this week, so check that out. No, I will not see you Friday. Strike that. Friday, we will be in York, Pennsylvania at the Postcard Show. You might still see me. We'll probably do a live remote from the show. Maybe we'll get John on and we'll get Jim Lloyd and we'll all hang out. And we will come to you with a live feed. Then I'll definitely have a lot of material coming to you the following week from the 2-day postcard event. So have a great week. Look out. I'll probably be on Whatnot. And I'll send some messages during the week, and especially as we get closer to Friday, as far as when I'm going to go on live. Remote from York Postcard Show. Thanks again, everybody. Take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye.